my name's Storm, and in this documentary we're going to be talking about non-binary and trans people. How do you identify?
I identify as a trans male. My name is Ash and I go by he, him pronouns.
Don't know.
You don't know?
Don't know.
Okay.
Non-binary at the minute. I'm playing around with the idea of Danny boy, but I don't know what it is. I'm trying not to think about it too much. I like they and he. I really don't like she, but it's what everybody else is comfortable with, so I'm just like, yeah, okay.
How did you come out?
I came out as trans last summer, I think it was, to my parents because that day that I came out, before I came out to them, I was put in a dress and I felt so uncomfortable. So I kind of went for a walk, met my best friend at the time, he was like, yo, you gotta come out to them. So I was like, okay. And I did. And they told me they weren't gonna call me Ash.
How long did it take for you to understand your gender?
Literally years. I don't know, I guess my entire life, like as far as I can remember, I knew that I wasn't a girl. You know, I know all that, but I didn't know anything else was a thing until very recently. And then in lockdown I started playing with ideas of like, oh maybe this and that. So yeah, it's fairly recent with the labels and stuff. But
Were you scared to come out, or what were you worried about coming out?
Oh, I was terrified because, you know, you see all this stuff on the news, on Instagram, like social media, it's like how many suicides, how many deaths per year, and I'm like, do I really want to be one of those? Like, you know, it's hard obviously, but like, kind of freaked me out. I was like, no.
How did others react to you, or how are you treated with people who know you're non-binary or trans?
everybody treats me fairly the same. Now my grandparents try to like change me now and again, and I think it's getting a bit too much, but otherwise everyone just acts the same.
How does your college support you?
Well, the tutors call me by Ash and use my pronouns, which is cool. Nicola is trying to change my name on Teams, even though I haven't changed it legally yet, so love that. But apart from that, they're all like, okay, you're Ash, whatever.
How would you like things to change?
I'd like people to stop taking things like gender too seriously. Like, grow up.
Grow up here.
Yeah. Someone wanted to be called they is not the end of the world.
Yeah. Do you have more freedom to express yourself than you did before you understood your gender?
Now I have, yeah, because before I came out, I felt really restricted to what I could wear, couldn't wear, what I could do, couldn't do. But then after I came out, I was like, I'm me now. It's just, I can do what I want now. And I'm like, yay. Because, you know, I now dress the way I want to dress, not to please other people. So I'd rather be like this. You know, it's normally hoodies and baggy t-shirts and ripped jeans, but that's how I want to dress, you know. It's one of the things.
When I first figured out I was non-binary, I had told my high school friends. They were supportive, as they were all non-binary, trans, gay, etc. But while I wanted a binder since I first figured out I was non-binary, my trans friend decided he also wanted a binder, which caused a few issues. I would mention I wanted a binder, but all they cared about was getting my friend a binder. To them, because I was non-binary and he was trans, he needed a binder more than I did. They said I don't need a binder, that you can't see my chest anyway, even though you could. It made me feel like they didn't see me as non-binary, that to them I was still a girl who was just being quirky. Eventually I saved up enough for 2 of my friends and myself to all have a binder, but it still felt as though they still saw me as a girl. Another time I had come out to my family, changed my name and was trying to look more masculine, but to my family I was still a girl. They still see me as a girl to this day, using she/her pronouns, using daughter, sister, niece, even though I have told them multiple times I am non-binary, I am trans, and I use he/they pronouns. They ignore whenever I say I'm trans. They just don't talk to me, and they move on to a different subject. It makes me feel unsupported, lost, stuck. I'm on the list for testosterone and top surgery, but still haven't told my family about it. I'm too scared on what they'll say. They didn't like the fact I got a binder and started drawing on a beard. As soon as it's permanent, I'll tell them, but I'm just scared.